All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. Okay, that dude driving fast. All right, this your man Griff. I'm headed to a signing, and I think I can be there. Yeah, 9 o'clock. And I wanted to talk to y'all about the printer thing because apparently it's confusing to some people. There's people who feel that you can just walk into a store and get it. Then I've been told by other people they've gone into stores and there are no printers. The thing is, it depends, and it's also a thing that I've been seeing. I was the second part of a signing where the docs had smudges all over them from the printer, and then there's been a lot of notes in the instructions that I've been getting from orders that I do with different companies, especially the ones on signing order. Hasn't been too many on SnapDocs, but in signing order, a lot of the companies have been putting a little note in there that if the notary can't print clean, clear documents, then they don't need to take the order. And when it comes to the printer, they don't want inkjet, they want laser. And I think LaserJet, that's an HP term, I believe, that covers. So when I say printer shortage, and apparently it might have been misunderstood, like there's no printers out there, the shortages that I'm seeing when I'm looking for printers, because like I said, I always like to have a backup, and other people are seeing is that the laser printer is hard to find, and the laser printer at an affordable price, because the 5200 brother has gone up to like $600. The 6200 brother has gone up to $800. So a lot of people, and I posted it a couple of times about the HLL, and both of those other numbers start off with HLL 6400. I know one lady, she has one. She was testing it out. It was working fine. There's a problem going from Mac to, basically when I learned, me and her was doing a Zoom yesterday trying to figure it out. There's a problem with Adobe Acrobat on Macs. So in the beginning, when me and my buddy, about a year ago, when he started I was working with him, me and him was both thinking that it was an issue between Brother and Mac. Come to find out, after I did some more research yesterday, it's an issue with Adobe, the reader, and Mac. And we even tried a different PDF, and it still wasn't really working. So it's something with maybe the PDF, which is Adobe, and the Macs. So one of the solutions that one person pointed out was that they did something called VMware. It's been a while since I've done some IT stuff. VMware, and with the VMware, they set up basically a virtual machine that had Windows on it and was able to print with no problem and all of that. But as far as the printers, if you can find a good laser printer and an all-in-one, a lot of people ask about all-in-one. All-in-one is fine because it has the scanner on there. That is fine also. There's nothing wrong with that in any way, because a friend of mine named Sheila, she has one, and that bad boy works great for her. I've never heard her complain about it, and she even had the second tray that went with it. So she's been printing stuff. Her only problem is that she had was the same Adobe issue that we ran across and that I talked about on another video. But when it comes to the printer, the shortage that I'm talking about, to be clear, is not like you can't find printers. You can find printers, but you got to make sure you have the right types, because inkjets tend to smudge. The ink doesn't dry as quickly sometimes, depending on what you're printing, especially if you're printing something bold. Sometimes it doesn't dry as quickly before the next page comes out and bumps it and moves it. So ideally you want laser. Now, I did some research last night, and because one of the guys, a guy in one of the other Facebook groups I'm in, he said he uses Lexmark. I think it's an M823 or MS823. I believe it might be MS823, but it's a Lexmark. That thing just normally is over $1,000, and the toner for it is like $250. It prints fast. I think about maybe at least 10 pages faster per minute than the Brother, but you got a higher cost. And I don't even know if that's for the dual tray. That might just be for the single tray. And then you have the HP. And then, like I mentioned in another video, I was informed by one of the subscribers that when it comes to California, you have to have a certain type of printer in your house because of the emissions that comes off the printer. So if there's anybody from California that's a notary on the channel, a subscriber, viewer, whatever, hey, please post in the comment section and let us know what type of printer you typically get, or you might not even known that, but the young lady was telling me that's what she was told when she was trying to get a printer online, and it had some notes on there about you can't get this printer because it doesn't meet the California emissions standards and all of that. So when it comes to the printer, for as saying there's a shortage, the shortage I'm referring to is basically an affordable an affordable laser printer. Because if you start looking at those business machines that people have in offices, those typically require you to have a maintenance contract on them so that they can do maintenance. And then as I was looking on one forum, they was having this thing of basically saying with some printers or these laser printers, and depending on the type you get, basically I think the big business ones, they have a maximum amount that they need, that they should be printing per month. So if you exceed that, that can throw the thing out of warranty and all of that. So you can go to pretty much any office store and see if they have the printer. The biggest issue is the second tray. A lot of people don't have a second tray. They can't find one. And of course you can use the page separate software that I think that's on Notary Rotary. And then I showed y'all in a video on how you can use Adobe DC to separate the pages. So in other words, there's some things that you're going to have to do to make it work, and all of that. But my apologies if anybody took what I said when I said printer shortage as an absolute, like, okay, you're just not gonna find a printer. You can, but just understand that the companies are seeing poorly printed documents. And another thing people have been, some of the companies have said in instructions that I've seen, they don't want you, or they're suggesting or encouraging you not to use off-brand toner cartridges. And a lot of people are getting off-brand, and I did that over a year ago, and it was disastrous. It did not come out good for me at all. I didn't even finish using those toner cartridges. I had to throw them out because they just didn't work. And they was in the Brother thing, but they was like remanufactured for Brother. And the first toner cartridge I got worked flawlessly. So I bought another one. And then the third one, I was running, I said, okay, I need to buy a third one. So I bought two more, and both of them, they just put a lot of dust, a lot of speckles, whatever you ever want to say it, all over the document. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Fortunately, I didn't get pinged for it. But I quickly switched back to using Brother brand, and I have not had a problem at all with the Brother toners. I try to catch them on sale when they drop down to like 120, 118, sometimes even 115, and I'll just go ahead on and buy 2 real quick and all of that, so I can, I catch them at that price. But at the end of the day, whatever printer you get, make sure it's a laser. It has to be a laser, because that's what a lot of the companies require. If you look at their terms of service agreement that that when you take those orders, you're agreeing with them, that's what they want. And if you can provide that to them, they'll be happy. So you get past that, got a laser. Yeah, your laser might only print 20 pages a minute, so it's going to take you longer, which means you probably can't do a lot of high volume, have a high volume days where you're doing 4, 5, or 6 signings, because if it's printing that slow, it's going to take you a while to print out 180 pages. So you may be relegated down to doing 2 or 3, spaced out nicely, so that way you can print and get back to people, get the documents, and get the people on time. So the printer shortage again is that physically in certain areas, people can't find a printer. They just can't physically go into a store and find one. Online, the other side of it is price-wise. Some of the printers are high price, way overpriced, period. I even looked on eBay. The Brother HLL 6200 DW, just a single tray, normally is $219 on Amazon, and I think they just put that back up there for $219. On eBay, it's running $329 for that same printer, brand new, in a box, not open. So people are buying it, of course, off of Amazon, then reselling it on eBay for a nice little profit for themselves. So that's why you're going to have to really look around. So if you see it on Amazon, Amazon, the price for that drops down to like $219 for the DW, for the 6200 DW single tray. You may have to go ahead on and swipe that up. I've yet seen the 5200 price drop. A few people have got one, and I think they might have got it from Quill, Quill, I think. And every now and then, Walmart might have one, have them up there on sale. So that's what the printer shortage is. So like I said, my apologies if anybody misunderstood what I was saying, or thinking that I was, as some people say, absolutely saying that there is no printers out there. There's printers. It's just you got to have the right type, and if you get the right type, everything else falls in line. All right, talk to y'all later. Peace.